books. Peter, Kyle, Shaun O'Hara, Super Bowl champ. My name's Kay, and let's see those highlights.
You want to see the highlights?
I really do.
Lamar, people want to see him. Let's go.
Friday.
I don't know if I want to see him in the fourth quarter, though, but show me.
All right, let's release the Kraken. There he is, running out of the gates of hell if you're trying to defend him. Scoreless early. Look at this, man. We got a stutter step, and boom, he takes a big hit. But, guys, he passes Michael Vick, single-season rushing yards for a quarterback.
By a lot.
Finished the night with 1103, which is more than Ezekiel Elliott this year. It's pretty impressive.
Wow.
More than a lot of
Congrats,
guys.
big trust.
1,100-yard rusher. He takes a hit to prove it. Shaun O'Hara saying big trust.
Can you say woo-woo?
7-0 Baltimore. Look at Lamar just doing whatever he wants. It's an N1 mixtape every play. Miles Boykin hit the lights. Yes, Peter.
When Mark Ingram did the big trust,
Yeah.
you think he envisioned a man in a zip-up light blue polo?
Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
Shaun wearing the Johnston and Murphy Microsoft Surface-colored quarter zip. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown. Hollywood primetime jet. And it's all primetime for these guys. It feels like primetime every week. 4th and 1. Lamar says, no, we don't punt. In fact, we're going to make it even harder on ourselves. We could probably run easily. Let's pass. Let's go to Mark Andrews. Boomer. Sooner. Right out of Oklahoma. He leads all NFL tight ends in touchdowns. He's been great.
Did we mention that Ronnie Stanley, his left tackle, was out and a guy who hasn't started all year was playing?
No.
And he was throwing the ball like this?
And he's on the
Adam's got
second
nuggets.
center.
What? His blind side. We got O'Hara. I mean, that's a big deal right there.
Yeah.
No problem.
New center, new
Not
tackle.
exactly Michael Orr, but I hear you.
No.
Yeah, the center.
Michael Orr's seen or embraced that movie yet. I know he had a lot of problems with it. That's his issue. Former Raven. Mark Ingram. Touchdown. It is his life. And it's fine. If he has a problem with it, I don't mind it.
Speaking of problems right there.
What's
Bibs.
he doing?
He's eating, and someone gave him a bib. Someone gave him a bib, and I guess crab cakes come with bibs. I know lobsters do. 42-21, an actually really entertaining, terrible game. 42-21, like I said, Justin Tucker missed an extra point, but let's get to the faces of the league. Lamar Jackson and his Bobby the Brain Heenan, Mark Ingram, joined our Thursday Night Football post-game crew after the win, and it's always good.
I just have a quick question. Mark, did you vote for Lamar?
Of course I voted for LJ.
That's lit.
I
Revisionist history going on here potentially.
So
I definitely voted for LJ.
You know we got that. We got your card. Well, it's not a secret ballot. You know we got it back there. That's your last chance to give us the truth.
Hey,
Lean in on you. Hey, come here. Let me see your arm. Let me see your arm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Re-ask the question.
Go ahead.
Re-ask the question. Did you vote for Lamar Jackson?
Hey, he was on my ballot. I tell you that. I voted
on his
for him.
ballot.
I can't tell you if he was 1, 5. I can't tell you if he was 1, 2, or 3. But he was on my ballot.
My lie detector test finger says he didn't vote for him.
Oh! You wrong for that. You wrong for that. You wrong for that.
They have energy as if they didn't rush for over 200 yards up against the Jets' second-best defense against the run. Taking a look at the playoff picture here, their shirts say the North isn't enough. Well, they locked up the North last night, and they can clinch the #1 overall seed in the AFC and a home field advantage throughout the playoffs with a win. Next week, they have to travel to Cleveland to face Baker Mayfield and those Browns. Let's just enjoy it, right, Triggs?
Yeah.
Enjoy it. It's an amazing ride, and it's not just for Ravens fans, it's for all of us. Look how much fun they're having. Isn't football supposed to be fun?
Yes.
It's so loosey-goosey, it's great. And Kay, I would say that there's a lot of doubters going into this thing, and even at this point, like, yeah, but once he gets hit, or once he takes that big hit, let's see. And Kyle, I know you were riding that train big early, like,
I know.
hey.
I was worried about him.
Because there's reason for it. In history, Robert Griffin, Michael Vick, they all get hurt at some point. Last night I saw something from Lamar Jackson that makes me think that maybe he's a little bit different.
Okay, good.
Lamar, he tells, no, we're going for it on 4th down. This is the play where he waves it off, and yeah, they convert it to Mark Andrews. This is an unbelievable pass on 4th and 1 and a great play call. That's all good. What I loved was the next play.
Okay.
Fast forward a little bit. Look at Lamar here, out of the shotgun. He's moving, he's dancing, he's looking.
Gonna make a play?
He's gonna make a huge play. Look what Lamar's decision is.
Oh, boy.
No, I'll
Save myself. I'm gonna throw the ball out of bounds. I'm gonna live to fight another down, which a couple plays later, Seth Roberts is deep, beautiful, touchdown. He doesn't seek contact. He doesn't lower his shoulder and go for the 5 extra yards. He doesn't try to put himself in harm's way. This might be sustainable because that guy is that good at it. He's done it his whole life. He avoids big hits, he uses his blockers, and most importantly, he has it upstairs to know it's okay to throw the ball away and avoid the big hit. He's unlike any quarterback we have ever seen, and he is younger than Joe Burrow, who's going to win the Heisman Trophy tomorrow night. Let's enjoy the ride.
It's remarkable that coming into this game, people were talking about his quad injury, and how we limited him on a
this will be
short
the night.
week.
You're right.
Look, we're coming up with all kinds of nicknames for this guy, and I just thought of another one too. When I was a kid, there was this toy they used to play with, and it was called The Animal, and the song was, "Can anyone stop the animal?" These claws would come out of the tires. This thing could climb over anything.
The monster truck with the
Yeah,
claws.
it was a big monster truck. Claws came out of the tires, and they would climb over couches and furniture, and it was awesome. That's Lamar Jackson. I mean, he is the animal. And everybody's asking, can anyone stop the animal? The answer is no, but I love the way that he's doing it. And when you look at, you were talking about this guy was built for this. His mom came out on record when people were doubting whether or not he should play quarterback or he should be a running back. She said, oh, no. Lamar's a quarterback. He was raised for this, and he's showing us why. The MVP question? Absolutely. And you know why? Because style points matter. In a game that could have been a clunker against the Jets, because the Jets are basically a non-factor, he went out and balled out, and he did it with his arm. It wasn't about the legs and the rushing yards. And Lamar Jackson, style points matter, just like they were talking about the Heisman. It matters there, too. It matters.
Yeah, and I think Russell Wilson lost it the other night against the Rams anyway. I think it's his. But to the question of, we can just hype him all day. We can hype him. We hype him for months. To the question of who can derail this train.
How do you stop the animal?
Take the batteries out.
There you go.
In this case, I got a theory, and this is going to be jarring because all we've done day after day is say how incredible he is. Do you remember when he played Pittsburgh this year? Do you remember when he played at Pittsburgh? Let's roll it a little bit because this stings the palate. You're not used to seeing this. Lamar Jackson, granted, in a win, he won in overtime. Against the Steelers defense, he threw 3 interceptions. He fumbled. They were all over him. And there is something about division familiarity / division animosity.
Particularly this one.
Big time. 100%. Guys, if the Steelers get in, look out. They have the defensive firepower. They have the familiarity. They have the head coach who does not give a single bleep and has won a Super Bowl. You can talk about all the front runners, Kansas City, New England, whoever it is. I think Pittsburgh is the biggest threat to Lamar, and the tape don't lie. He had a rough day that day, and I think Pittsburgh could do it again if they get in, though.
I had the unique honor of hanging out with Ed Reed for pregame last night.
Talk about it.
Hall of Famer Ed Reed. It was tremendous. And all I wanted to ask him all day was, how do you do it? How do you stop Lamar Jackson? And he said that there's not a defense that can do it. He said that his 2006 Ravens obviously could. He sort of said that in jest. I said, you're a D coordinator. How do you do it? Or who can stop them? He compared him to Michael Vick. So as much as we can't compare him to him, and he said that Lamar Jackson's obviously much quicker. He talked about the team aspect that Lamar has. You're saying sometimes when he's not at his best, Vic would lose those games. He didn't have that defense when he was with the Falcons. This is not the case with here, where you have the best secondary in the NFL. You have the run game and Mark Ingram, and you have John Harbaugh. Even if Lamar Jackson, we've seen it. We've seen him not have his best day, even against Buffalo necessarily. He hadn't had some missed throws there. The team rallies and the team wins. That's why this team is virtually unstoppable.
Well coached and in all 3 phases. Special teams will kill you too. They are really, really well rounded. The best supporting cast maybe of any quarterback is what Lamar Jackson.
Nobody's stopping them. Chris Long, who we know and love, he said the Titans because they can run. What do you guys think?
The Titans might do it too.
The
because
7.
to your point, the thing that gets lost in all this Michael Vick love that year, Warwick Dunn also had 1,000 yards. It's very rare to see a quarterback and running back. The Ravens are going to do it next week with Ingram, so it's not just Lamar. They're loaded.
Here's the difference. They lost to Cleveland. They lost to Pittsburgh. Since then, they've gained the confidence of blowing out the Texans, blowing out the Patriots, blowing out the Rams. I feel like they're getting better and better every week. I haven't seen that setback, and last night certainly that wasn't the case.
Peters, Jimmy Smith is back and healthy. Watch out for these Ravens. If you have a way to stop them, call our hotline at JMFP on Twitter.
The animal.
Let's switch over to the NFC quickly, taking a look at the playoff picture here as it stands. The Vikings hanging on to that final wildcard spot with the Rams closing in. Rap Sheet might have some big news concerning their star running back. We welcome him in now live. What's going on with the status of a pair of Vikings teammates? Let's go with Adam Thielen, Mr. Golden Gloves, and Dalvin Cook.
Well, thanks, Kate. We'll start with Adam Thielen. He's been battling this hamstring injury really for more than a month now. Thought he was going to come back, had a setback, had to sit, had another setback, wasn't able to play last week. But things are now headed in the right direction for Adam Thielen. He's practiced the last 2 days. Talked to reporters yesterday, said it is a really positive feeling now. Wants to go back out there today's practice, maybe test it a little more. But things are going down the direction of Adam Thielen finally getting back on the field this week against the Chargers. As far as Dalvin Cook goes, you mentioned it, he's been dealing with a somewhat serious chest or shoulder injury that actually knocked him out of the Monday night game. But he's been a full participant in practice this week. He is expected to play on Sunday, so the Vikings may actually be at full strength this week, which has been a rarity.
Rams have momentum right now. They're looking stronger than they have all season. Huge, huge game for the NFC playoff implications. Thank you so much, Rap Sheet, for hanging out with us on a Friday morning. More highlights ahead.